If we look at the history of engineering, we humans have set foot on the moon. We've built the tallest building in the world. We've even connected 2 continents by building tunnels under the sea. But when it comes to the magnificent pyramids of Egypt, that's where engineers from all over the world start to sweat. These are mysteries that have been challenging every technology on Earth for 4,500 years. People often think that humanity has advanced so much, so can we even build just one pyramid like that again today? It might sound easy, but the reality is far more daunting and expensive. Even if it may not be practical, today we're going to try to figure out, using some solid calculations, what it would actually take if we tried to build a pyramid again in 2026. What kind of challenges we might face and how much this entire mega project would cost.
Welcome once again to Tailzilo Videos.
Egypt's capital Cairo sits in the shadow of those magnificent wonders that have amazed human minds for thousands of years. The pyramids on the Giza Plateau are a testament to Egypt's most powerful rulers. But among all of them, the Great Pyramid built by Pharaoh Khufu stands out as the biggest and most unique. It's said that if you can build a pyramid, you can do anything in the world. This is a priceless example from human history that has withstood even the greatest storms. Standing 147 meters tall and spread over 12 acres, this mountain-like structure is as tall as a 40-story building and as wide as 10 football fields. Built in 200 levels, this pile of stones weighs 6 million tons, and each stone block is as big as a Range Rover. But the real wonder lies in the sheer quantity of these stones. There are 23 lakh, that is, 2.3 million blocks, each weighing at least 2 tons and up to 60 tons. The famous Egyptian archaeologist Zahi Hawass believes that Egypt did not build the pyramids, but rather the pyramids built Egypt. Belief is that the engineering and technology those people used to build these is still a mystery today. But here the question arises, if people from 4,000 years ago could do this, can our modern world do the same today? The straightforward answer is no. The biggest reason is purpose. We simply don't have any reason to build a structure like a pyramid. 4,500 years ago, these pyramids were built by the ancient Egyptians as tombs for their gods, the pharaohs. They had a religious motive. It was that passion and obsession that obviously allowed them to erect this magnificent structure despite extreme difficulty. But let's suppose that if we too had a motive, a reason, and today we had to build a replica of the pyramid, one that looks exactly the same and is just as strong so that it would still be standing after 4,500 years, then what would we need to? What kinds of challenges would we face? The very first challenge in building a pyramid would be arranging a pyramid of money. Yes, pyramids may look simple, but they could end up being more expensive than any mega project in the world. The second challenge would be selecting the land. To erect this 6 million ton mountain, we can't just buy any ordinary plot. That's as much weight as 6 million regular sedan cars. There aren't even that many cars registered in the city of Cairo today. And you should also know that the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa, was built on a very strong foundation. But even then, its weight is only 500,000 tons. That's just 8% of a single pyramid. If the ground base is weak, this magnificent mountain would sink into the earth and become a graveyard before it's even built. Choosing the right land is so crucial that even the ancient Egyptians took it very seriously. The Sneferu Pyramid, also known as the Bent Pyramid, was Pharaoh Khufu's father's pyramid, and while building it, the engineers of that time made a mistake. Experts believe that because the ground wasn't properly leveled and the bedrock below didn't provide good support, it tilted slightly to one side. That's why they had to bend it at the top. So this means we need land that's not sandy but has very stable tectonic plates underneath. If we select the Giza Plateau itself, the cost of 13 acres of land and legal permits could run from $100 to $120 million. In Indian rupees, that's 10,800 million, and in Pakistani rupees, it comes to 33,600 million. After acquiring the land, sensors would be used to survey up to 200 feet below the surface. Seismic tests would be conducted so that the pyramid wouldn't be damaged in the event of an earthquake. This alone could easily cost around $5 million. After that, the ancient Egyptians leveled the ground using water channels. Today, we would use laser leveling and GPS-guided bulldozers. The entire 13 acres of land would have to be made perfectly level without even a millimeter of difference. Because according to the laws of geometry, even a 1 millimeter difference on the ground would create a 14.7 centimeter tilt at a height of 147 meters. And since, unlike ancient times, we can't rely solely on bedrock, we would also have to lay a reinforced concrete mat. This would require hundreds of thousands of tons of concrete and steel. Only then would we have a foundation strong enough to bear the weight of our pyramid for 4,500 years. If we lay a 4-meter thick concrete foundation, it will require 500,000 tons of concrete. The amount of concrete being used just for the foundation here is what would normally be used in an entire mega project. That means 10 to 1,500,000 bags of cement, several hundred concrete mixer trucks, and thousands of people for manpower. According to rough estimates, just the foundation alone will cost around $400 million. The cost of the land is $100 million, $50 million for leveling and scans, and $400 million for building the foundation. That means, before even a single stone of the pyramid has been laid, the expenses have already reached $550 million, 49,500 million Indian rupees, and 154 billion Pakistani rupees. Everything we've done so far will take at least 3 years, but the real challenge starts now. Where will we get 2.3 million stones, each as big as an SUV? What kind of machine can lift 60 million tons and carry it up to 147 meters high? The ground is ready, the foundation is filled, but now we're faced with a question that even the top engineers can't answer. How do you cut 2.3 million stone blocks into perfect rectangles? Even today, if a factory started cutting and supplying stones like these, at most it could produce 100 large stones a day. If the work is done at this speed, it would take 63 years just to arrange the 2.3 million cut stones. But if we want to finish this in just 5 years, we'd need to run 250 machines like today's diamond wire saws all at once, not scattered around the world, but right inside the stone quarry itself. That way, you could get a supply of 1,260 blocks in a single day. Each of these machines costs $400,000, so according to the calculations, we'd have to spend $100 million just on the cutting infrastructure. Only then could we cut that much stone in 5 years. Otherwise, forget 63 years, it could take centuries. Now, you can easily imagine how much time and manpower it must have taken back then to cut these stones with chisels and hammers. Not only was limestone used to build the pyramid, but granite was also used to construct the inner king's chamber, and both types of stone are quite costly even today. Hydrated limestone costs about $120 per ton, while granite goes for $250 per ton, so based on that, the total cost of the stones comes out to around $1 billion. Keep in mind that in the early 2000s, the entire Burj Khalifa was built for $1.5 billion. $100 million for the cutting infrastructure, and $1 billion for the cost of the stones. Let me share some astonishing figures about the amount of electricity these machines will consume over 5 years. A diamond wire saw is no ordinary household AC. These heavy-duty machines have the power to cut through massive blocks. A modern industrial diamond wire saw uses up to 80 kilowatts of electricity, which means that 250 machines would consume 20,000 kilowatts, or 20 megawatts in just 1 hour. The electricity used over 5 years is almost equal to what the entire country of Italy consumes in a single day. If these machines run for 5 years, the electricity cost alone will be sky high, $155 million, and that's not even including taxes. Now, let's talk about transporting these stones. Let's assume these stones were cut from the same place where the ancient Egyptians sourced them, from the stone quarry in Aswan, which is 900 kilometers away from Giza. If the pyramid were to be rebuilt, it would be the largest transport operation in human history. A standard heavy-duty trailer can carry 30 tons, so to transport 6 million tons of stone, it would take 240,000 trucks. That's 132 trips per day. And since it's a 900-kilometer journey, heavy-duty trucks would take 3 to 5 days to cover that distance. If you need to get 132 trucks to the site each day, there would be 500 trucks on the road at any given time for the next 5 years. According to rough calculations, just the transport operation alone would cost $200 million. And let me tell you, that doesn't even include road tax. If we total everything up so far, our costs have already crossed $2 billion. That's 18,000 crore Indian rupees or 56,000 crore Pakistani rupees. And the foundation hasn't even been laid yet, but the cost has already reached $2 billion. Now the stones are being cut, and every 10 minutes a truck is arriving at the construction site. Now we've entered the most dangerous and challenging phase of this project, laying the stones. The problem is, how do you stack these stones one on top of the other to build a pyramid that's 147 meters tall? The stones used in the pyramid weigh anywhere from 2 tons to 60 tons, and the granite block placed on the roof of the king's chamber weighs a whopping 80 tons. There isn't a single crane in the world with a 230-meter arm that can lift 80 tons, because according to the laws of physics, the longer a crane's arm is, the less weight it can lift. To do this, you would need to set up an entire network of cranes. We would need massive tower cranes like the K-Roll and K-10,000, which are the tallest cranes in the world. This creates a kind of structure so that the crane can lift heavier loads, but even these cranes have their limits. As the pyramid gets taller, these cranes would have to be disassembled and raised again and again. The blocks of the pyramids were placed together with millimeter accuracy, so precise that even a credit card can't fit between them. All this is thanks to the stonecutters and laborers of that era who risked their lives to accomplish this feat. Even with the help of cranes, suspending an 80-ton granite block above the king's chamber is like inviting death. The ramp for 10 such specialized cranes and their maintenance for 5 years would cost at least $300 million. We still haven't included the cost of engineers, masons, and workers. According to estimates, at least 3,000 workers would be working together to build the pyramid. If you estimate 5 years of salaries, safety insurance, and their food and drink, that comes to $400 million. After a total of 8 years, our pyramid is now almost complete. It looks exactly like it does today. But did you know that the pyramids didn't actually look like this? At that time, a casing of Tura limestone was placed on top of it. Experts believe that because of this casing, it must have shown from a distance. To cover all 4 sides of the pyramid, we would need about 115,000 white limestone blocks. These stones were cut and placed in such a way that the surface of the pyramid looked completely smooth and flat. Thousands of years ago, when the sun would rise, these pyramids could be seen shining from miles away in the desert, and even in the moonlight at night, they looked like a white glow. All this was thanks to the Tura limestone, which today would be worth $250 million. So, would you like to hear the total cost now? $2.95 billion, about 26,000 crore Indian rupees and 82,000 crore Pakistani rupees. And keep in mind, a lot of expenses haven't even been added yet. For example, road tax during transportation, electricity duty, and the fact that you'd need a separate power plant to generate 20 megawatts of electricity, that hasn't been included either. This theoretical calculation for building a pyramid proves that if it's so difficult to do even today, how could it have possibly been done 4,500 years ago? Just thinking about it gives you goosebumps. And as for whether pyramids can be built in today's era or not, The surprising answer is, even today, we still can't. Palm Jumeirah, an island like that, was built for $3 billion. The world's most expensive SoFi stadium in the USA also cost almost $3 billion, and Qatar's largest natural gas processing plant was built for about the same amount. So in today's materialistic world, pouring nearly $3 billion into a project that has no output at all just doesn't make any sense.
I hope you enjoyed Tell Xylo videos and support them wholeheartedly by liking and sharing. Thank you so much for your love and wonderful comments. See you in the next amazing video.